Hello all, good morning, good afternoon. This is 15th day of Intune free training provided by howtoManageDevices.com or community. So this is the third week, end of the third week. We started weeks before this training, weekday training, and hope this is helpful for all of you. If this is helpful, please let us know. Please provide the feedback. Okay, so yesterday and throughout this week, we have mostly seen application management from Intune side, right? We have seen Windows Store, Microsoft Store for Business, Sync, and how to deploy Microsoft Store for Business application. It is easy peasy, right? I would say. Okay, and it's not like SSEM. Probably SSEM is bit more complex if we want to deploy Microsoft Store for Business application through SSEM. Okay, and we have seen LOB applications. So if you want to deploy single MSI, if you want to deploy MSIX, uh, we have seen how to deploy those kind of applications, right? Simple applications, basically, right? This is the LOB application, right? So in over here, if I select, you can see all the application upload option is right only limited, right? It says for Windows, it says come on, Windows MSI APPX. Okay, so those kind of applications are only supported in this, right? If I see how, if I want to upload the entire folder, right? Entire folder, what I will do, or if I go to 7-zip, right, over here, and I want to upload the entire folder like SCCM. In SCCM world, there are a lot of packages like this, right? Different folders, etc., etc., right? In this scenario, we can only upload this particular MSI, not all the other folders. If you have this kind of a folder structure for a particular package, then that that particular package cannot be installed through this method. Okay, LOB application method. Okay, so that is a big limitation, right? If you compare it with SCCM or configuration manager, if you want to call SCCM as configuration manager, that's fine. That's a new name, right? Not new name, but the product got changed, product name got changed. Anyways, so in today's episode, we are going to see how to deal with this kind of situations, right? If for example, if you want to deploy an exe, what is the method to deploy exe? Because exe is also not supported for through LOB applications, right? As you can see, it's only supported by only supported formats are MSI, MSIX, APPX, not no exe there, right? So basically, as I mentioned, this LOB application deployment is based on Intune MDM agent, right? Windows 10 MDM agent. Okay, so Windows 10 has a built-in MDM agent or MDM component in that, so there is no extra clients needed for this kind of an application deployment, right? Until this time, we have deployed Microsoft Store businesses, LOB applications, and for both of that scenario, Windows 10 MDM channel is enough for the deployment, right? And if you are part of the, if you are part of initial the first Intune session on Sunday, like we took a 2.5 hour session on Sunday, and on that session, in that session, I explained what is the exact what are the clients available for Intune, right? So if I say services.msc from my Windows 10 machine, right? Microsoft, if I select search with Microsoft, right? So there is nothing called Microsoft Intune service over here, right? So today we are going to see a application model which uses an additional advanced agent, right? So this will automatically, one agent will automatically get installed when we start deploying those type of applications, because as I mentioned, Intune MDM, sorry, not Intune, Windows MDM channel or Windows inbuilt MDM agent cannot handle complex application deployment scenarios like exe, or if you have a folder of configuration files along with an msi, right? And if you have a complex msi with mst, those kind of scenarios, sorry, again I'm saying Intune MDM agent, it's not in Intune MDM agent, it's a Windows 10 default MDM agent, right? Okay, so Intune is going to deploy a additional agent to manage complex application scenarios as well as PowerShell scripts, right? So the same scenario applies for PowerShell script. So if I deploy a PowerShell script to this particular device now, it will automatically install an application, right? We don't need to do it. Uh, Application is not the correct word, right? It will automatically install the agent, additional advanced agent. That is what called Intune management extension, right? So I have a diagram over here, right? So that particular, the process of Intune management extension, or the application deployment method which I'm going to talk today, is called Windows Win32. Okay, Win32 app deployment, right? So Win32 app deployment. So this is the process, right? So I will come to that diagram in a bit. So before that, I wanted to show, this is the one, Win app 32, right? So this is the application deployment mechanism we are going to see. And when you use this application deployment mechanism, right, it will, Intune will automatically install an additional agent on all the managed Windows 10 devices, right? This is only applicable for MDM enrolled devices. Okay, so if I say select, right, and if I say select package, so it will say which are the packages supported, right? So the only supported package over here is I think I'm selecting some wrong one, or give me a sec. Windows in 32 application and select, right? Select, right? So over here, what is supported? It is Intune Win file. Intune Win file is the only format supported in this scenario. See, okay, I can only upload Intune Win file. So you will ask, what is Intune Win file now, right? How to convert MSI or EXE to Intune Win format, right? So that is what this diagram shows, right? So if you have a MSI, EXE, or some other scripts or CMD files along with MSI, right? If you are familiar with Cisco VPN client packages, you will have a lot of dependency files, EXEs, and then you will have CMD, right? In the package itself, in an SCCM world, right? How to deploy that? So you take that particular files and use an application, right? Use an application provided by, I don't know, if you are not speaking, can you please go on mute? Okay, thank you. So there's something called Intune Win32. Win32 application conversion tool, right? This is provided by Microsoft, right? We will see that. So this is the tool which uses, right, which we use that particular tool to convert all our exe, msi, and all the other application to Intune Win format, right? So it's not, don't get confused with this particular thing. This is not a big thing, right? So it's basically kind of zipping all the applications, right? zipping up all the application to one particular file. That's what it's doing. It's nothing complex, nothing at all, right? It's not complex at all. So you should not be comparing this step, the package creation, as a normal packaging process from a SCM world, right? In SCM world, when you say package process, you need to capture the image of the machine and capture the changes and understand what are the changes, etc., right? And then only you normally create packages. But in this scenario, no, that's not the scenario we are talking about. This is pretty straightforward. We are kind of wrapping all these files, right? All the applicable files. If you have MSI, if you have EXE, then all those files will be wrapped into a particular file in Intune Win format, right? And that file will get deployed to Windows 10 devices, right? Through Intune. Okay. So that is what we are going to see today. Okay. Any questions over here?
Anup, for this format also we need to have lightweighted that agent along with this.
Can you clarify what you mean by
Uh,
lightweighted agent?
I mean, this normally only MSI will work with MSI files. I mean, line of business applications. For this, any kind of Win32 application, we need to have a separate agent. The service you were talking, I forgot the
Yeah,
name of.
that's correct. That's correct.
We need that as well. Okay.
Yeah, so that is the only point, right? So Windows 10 MDM channel or Windows 10 MDM architecture doesn't support any complex application deployments, right? So Intune team created their own agent, right, to support this scenario. So initially, for like initial 2 or I think until like Intune management extension got introduced 3 years back or something like that, right? So until that time, Intune can only deploy single MSI application, right? So that was the biggest limitation of Intune at that time. Then they introduced this method, right? Intune Win format and Windows the Win32 application deployment with that additional agent. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah. Thank you, Anup. Clear.
Okay. Okay, so let's move forward. So what I'm going to do here is, this is the GitHub page for downloading Win32 content prep tool, right? So what I'm going to do, I already downloaded it, but I just wanted to show you, right? Don't download directly this one. Probably it might create some issues. This is what I faced recently, right? If you try to download this particular file, rather than, I would always recommend to do this, right? Click on this clone and download the zip file, right? Once you have that zip file, okay, you can go into that folder and you can see like the zip file contains all the information which you need. This is the this is the exe which I am talking about, right? This is the conversion tool. This will convert all your packages into Intune Win 32 format, right? So, and you have readme file, and you have release notes, etc., right? So you will come to know the command line options if you want. But if you are not familiar or you comfortable with command line, you don't need to worry about command line at all, right? So command line is good option if you want to do some automation or something kind of stuff, like if you want to convert like 10 packages, for example, right, in a loop. Then command line options are very good, right? If you want to convert one particular package for testing or learning in Tune, then please follow my method, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so I have already downloaded, and I only copied that particular exe file, right? Where is that? Okay, anyways, let me show you that exe file. This is my exe file, Intune Win app utility. Okay, this is the exe file which I'm going to use I already opened a command prompt somewhere here. Where is this? It is not this one. Okay, so yeah, so this is the one which I'm going to use now. This is this particular folder, right? Sources Intune Win32 app, right? So if you look at this diagram, we are here now, right? We downloaded the conversion tool now. Now we are going into packaging process. Don't get me wrong, this is not that complex packaging process. This is just a straightforward process, right? So before showing that, I will show you what I'm going to show you today is Notepad++, right? This is the application, right? This is the application which I am going to convert now. This is an exe application, as you know, right? So this is an exe application, right? I thought this is exe. Where is it? Yeah, this is exe, right? Okay, so this is the exe application, and I'm going to convert this to Intune Win format, right? Okay, and I'm going to deploy this to our Windows 10 devices and see like what is going to happen, how the additional agent get installed automatically, etc., etc. In Windows 10 devices. Okay, so before that, what I'm going to do is I am going to create a package folder here, right? Or you can say like Intune Win32, Intune Win, Intune Win, Intune, if I can spell correctly, Intune Win package, right? So I'm going to, this is my destination folder. So using this tool, I'm going to place my converted package, right? Packaged file into this particular folder, right? So let me copy the source file, source location basically, right? Okay, so let me try this first. Is that then I will say I need to run that exe which I downloaded, that is Intune Win app utility.exe. Let me run that, and it will ask for the folder name, source folder name. So my source folder name is, where is it? Source. This one, right? This is where I have the exe stored, right? So I will provide this source folder name, that is source to package source. Okay, I will say yes, right? Enter, and then it will ask for the setup file name. So setup file name is, right, the exe. I want to run this exe, right? Then I will say, okay, this is my setup file name. I will just add exe into that, right? Okay, I will say that is my setup file name. This is the installation file which I want to run. So for example, if you have a install.bat, right, in one of your packages, then you need to provide that install.bat over here, right? Not the exe. Okay, and now you need to provide the output folder. So we already created an output folder, if I can say that correctly. This is our output folder, right? So this is Notepad plus Intune Win package, right? So let me copy this, and if everything is okay, it will create a Intune Win package now. Let's see. Do you want to specify catalog folder? No, I don't want to specify catalog folder. Okay, so that's it, right? So don't worry about that catalog option, because that is for third-party patching or third-party application patching, etc., right? So don't worry about that. If I understand correctly, that is the meaning of that, right? So what happened? So it went through all these processes, right? You don't need to worry about all these processes, what is happening. If you want to learn about it feel free. We have a lot of blog posts in anupcnair.com by Joy, by Vimal, deep dive into all these processes, right? In background processes, right? If you can see, if you want to see, you can easily see those details over there, right? So I don't want to explain that here, right? No, it doesn't make much sense. So it is basically wrapping all my exe and adding some certificates and security settings into that, and uploading it to into a file, or wrapping into a particular file, single file, that is called Intune Win. Intune Win, right? This is the Intune Win file. So you can see the type as Intune Win file, right? Now check the size of this file, right? This is 3.77 MB. And what was the original size of the exe? Right? If we can bring both together. So exe is this, right? And the size is 3.85 MB, and the size of the Intune Win file is 3.77, right? If everything goes well, right, now we can go back to Intune and we can try to upload this file, right? So let me show it to you again, right, from where I launched this, right? Let's close this, add applications, add, and last time we selected Intune, sorry, line of business application, right? This time we are going to select Windows App 32, right, for Intune Win format or application deployment, this specific application deployment through Intune. Then select package file and select browse through the folders, and I am in my package source. I can see a folder Intune Win package. This is where we stored the Intune Win format, right? I click on OK. So it says this is the package name, right? This is platform, like Windows is a platform. This is a size, and MAM enabled, no, right? So we didn't wrap the MAM policies into it, into the package, so that's fine, right? Okay, click OK. Then you need to go through all these normal processes, right? Like into Notepad plus plus. Let me say come on, Notepad plus, right? And I will say publisher name, I don't know, HTMD. Let me put HTMD, right? So Intune Win format, right? So and one thing I wanted to do is select image, right? This is similar to software sender image in SCCM, and in LOB application also we had an image logo which we can select. So I am going to select this one. I don't know whether it is okay or not. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so now you see, like, lot of new options will come up for Intune Win32, right? So to give some perspective to you, this is similar to SCCM application model now, right? So if you ask me, probably Microsoft reused some of the codes from SCCM application model to build Intune Win32 format, right? I don't know, like I'm not 100% sure, but from the look of it, that is what it is, right? But you cannot expect all the features of SCCM application model in Windows or Windows Win32 application in Intune, right? Okay, so let's go through the wizard. So let's say next, and it will ask for the installation command. Over here, you can say, like, if you are using app deployment PowerShell exe, right? So you can deploy, you can use that over here if you want, right, to customize your application deployments, etc., right? That's perfectly fine. But that exe should be part of your Intune Win file. Okay, so over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install that exe, right? So I have already provided over here. I have already provided the wait a minute. I have already provided specify the setup file, right? Setup file as the exe, right? So I'm going to use that setup file as the command line also with some supported option. So silent, for silent install, this is the option, right? /s. So if you are not familiar with this silent install options and all, you can get the documentation from Notepad++ or any vendor for that matter, and use their supported command line, right? Okay, so let me go to this Notepad and try to get a uninstall command also, right? So
Anup, we are not seeing that screen.
still you are not seeing that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's
not sure if others are,
no,
but we see the.
it's visible for us. Yeah, it's visible for
No,
us.
no, it's perfect for us.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry then, my issue.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So you didn't miss anything, right? Others, at
Oh
least.
no, even I got it. It just I
Oh,
think
okay,
I minimized it
No,
now.
we don't miss
Yeah.
No,
anything.
Thank
we
you.
can see your screen
Sorry for
clearly.
that.
okay. Thank you. So I'm putting down the uninstall command, install command, right? And I'm mentioning user, or it's you want to deploy it to the install this in a user context or system context. I'm going to keep this as default, right? And this is the interesting discussion which we had with Harjit, right, on Sunday about SCCM application deployment and SCCM supersedence, right? So this is device restart behavior, right? So you can say if you want to avoid all the restart or something, right, probably you can say like no specific action or something, right? Or you can say Intune will restart a mandatory device Intune will force a mandatory device restart, or depending on your scenario, right, or the application behavior, you need to select a supported option over here, right? But the default option is app installs may force a device restart. This is why I mentioned probably Microsoft copied some of the codes from SCCM application model to make Intune management extension, right? Okay, so let's select no specific action over here, right? And if you want, you can select the return code similar to SCCM, right? And say next, right? You can add extra codes actually if you want extra codes, etc., right? If you want, and you can delete, right? So click next, and over here, this is the requirement page, right? Somebody asked some time back, is there any specific settings which we can mention, like minimum requirement of client machine, like we need to have at least 50 MB of free space, or 100 MB of free space, or 1 gigabytes of free space, right? So you can do that over here, right? Minimum logical processor required, minimum those things, right? And you can specify scripts if you want, right? If you have any scripts, you can do that, right? Registry entries or files requirement, that is also possible, similar to SCCM application model, as I mentioned, right? Okay, so the only two mandatory things are operating system architecture. Is that okay if I extend this another 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
Thank you. Okay, so let me complete this entire wizard, and probably we will finish after that, after taking some questions, right? So I'm going to select operating system architecture 64-bit and minimum operating system as 1803, right? You can select if you want you want 1903 and above, then you can select 1903, right? So, but I'm going to select 1803 just like that, right? Because I'm used to this number in my production environment, so I'm comfortable with this, right? Okay, so let's go next, and this is the detection rule, right? This is also mandatory. So over here we have a problem now, right? So we need to find out, right, what is the detection method we are going to use, right? So you can say, okay, file, and you can say like, I'm going to detect whether I think Harjit explained this on I think Saturday during his SCM application model or supersedence session. Okay, so I'm going to select a particular file over here. I'm going to say this is to notepad plus plus this one. I'm going to select this one as my file. Okay, path, file path, right? And I don't know. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to say file. Oh, come on. I'm going to say the exe. I'm going to check for this particular exe to understand whether the application is already there or not, right? This is not the correct way or best practice. I recommend to you use some like version numbers of the MSI or exe, right, to understand it better, right? So to do the detection in a better way. This is just for an example, right? Okay, so exe, and you can say file exist or not, right? You can say whether this file is exist or not. If the file is exist, it will detect as yes, application is installed and the application is already there, right? This is similar to SCCM application model if you are familiar with that, right? Okay, so I'm going to say okay, and if you want, you can add additional things if you, right, additional uh, detection rules if you want, right? And dependency is the another interesting option over here, right? When I say interesting option, it's not mandatory, but for example, if you have some dependency, for example, if you want to install Symantec version to Windows 10, and you need to deploy an XML also, right? XML configuration also. So in that case, what you want to do is basically you want to call you want to upload this application for as XML, right? So you will create two Intune Win format files. One is for the main application, that is Symantec installation, and the second Intune Win file for the XML file deployment, right? So what I will do is in this deployment, in this application, I will add the main. I will call. I will add. Click on add, and I will call my main Symantec application deployment or application package, right, over here, and I will ask that get so that means that application will get installed first, and then the dependent the XML application will get deployed, right? Does that make sense, or is it confusing, right? For let me repeat it. So in a case of Symantec, if you are deploying Symantec in your organization, you will you might be aware there are two things, right? One is main application, and then you need to apply an XML file depending on your organization requirements, right? So siling file basically, right? So in that scenario, what I will do is I normally create a Symantec main application as Intune Win format, right? And then I will create another Intune Win format file that is for XML. Then I will, during the application information or application upload, right? I will upload XML. I will upload both, right? I won't deploy the main application. I won't deploy at all, right? I will deploy the application which contains XML okay, to all my devices, and in that application I will call the main application as a dependency. Okay, so the main application will get installed first, and then the XML will get deployed. Okay, so that is the only way to control the dependencies at the moment, right? So there is no supersedence option over here at the moment, or there's no chaining option at the moment here in Intune Win32. Okay, I know it will be a bit confusing for you at the moment, but probably we can see more this in upcoming days, right? Okay, so let's say next, and over here you can see this is similar, right? Format, there's not much change, right? I'm going to use this as a required application, and I'm going to add a group over here. So this is my Windows 10 group. So this is device group required, right? And over here you can see, like, you can configure the toast notifications if you want, right? So if you want to hide all the notification, you can you can click on this option, and you can say, like, I don't want to show all the notification to the users, right? And it will download in the background, right? And the interesting option here, right? This is similar again to SCCM scheduling, right? So if you want to schedule a particular application for a particular time, you can do that, right? As soon as possible is a kind of mandatory, like you can select, otherwise you can select any specific time, right? Device time zone UTC you can select, and you can select any specific time and date over here, right? This is for availability, this is for deadline. If you are familiar with SCCM deployment, this is same to that, right? Okay, so I'm not going to select this for now, right? I'm going to go with as soon as possible. Okay, and say yes, right? And click next, and then I can review the entire application, right? You can see, like, a program is this is uninstall command, this is install command, and my return codes, right? All those details are there, and requirements are there, detection rule is there, right? Dependencies, we don't have any dependency. Okay, if I have a dependency of other application, yeah, probably I can use that dependency over here, then click on create, right? So I'm going to create it, and it is the same technology now. It is uploading that Intune Win 3.77 MB, as you can see over here. So it got uploaded, right? So upload finished, right? So upload is completed. Now it is getting deployed, right? Now I don't know how much time this is going to take. Okay, probably it is going to take some time. So let me sync this, right? To get the new policies, at least it should come to know, like, the new policy is there, and probably it should so remember, we have not deployed any additional agent through Intune, right? We just deploy an application model through Intune Win format. We didn't do anything else, right? I already talked about an application agent, sorry, Intune agent, extra Intune agent. It will get installed during the installation, during this application deployment process, right? This is only for the first time. It will happen only the first time. At the moment, this is not here, right? Microsoft Intune agent is not here. Okay, let me refresh, right? It's not here, so probably it's going to take some time. Okay, and probably we can see this on Monday, right? On our 16th episode, right? If it's not going to happen now. Okay, so anyways, like, we can open up for the questions. Is that clear, or it's complex? What do you feel?
Yeah, sir. So they decide. So it's pretty
Clear.
clear now. Uh, so I have a question over here. When we are creating an application, right? we are adding the folders and we converted to Intune Vim file. Sorry, Intune Win some files, right?
Yeah.
When we created. So
Yeah.
that time we have given the setup file like exe. So let's say we do have any batch file or PowerShell script or something else we do have. So that time we have to provide the same file, right?
Exactly. If you
And
have, as I mentioned, if you have some install.bat file, right, as part of your package, that is what you use in SCCM, then you need to provide that over here, right?
okay,
I
yeah,
provided the exe.
exactly. And
Yeah.
in the same case, the uh, in the program file, so we have to mention the same PowerShell script or the bash file as well.
No, I didn't understand. What
No,
do you mean by program file?
program no. In the program stage, we have to specify the installation command and uninstallation command. So we have
Oh,
to, yeah,
over here, right?
yes,
Okay, so yeah, so whatever you are using for the installation, for example, if you are using for your VPN, Cisco VPN, if you are using install.bat, right, you need to
yeah,
mention that over here instead of this.
okay, okay,
And for
yeah,
the
fine.
uninstallation also, you need to mention something like uninstall.batch or something.
Okay, yeah, oh, got it. Thank you. And also that this in the agent installation, the additional agent installation on Windows device, is this a one-time installation until unless we deploy this Win32 application model? Is it one-time installation or how it will be?
Yeah, it's agent installation is one time, right? It is we don't need to worry about that at all, right? So agent will be automatically installed, right? Additional
Okay.
agent. We don't need to configure anything. I didn't configure anything today, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is no configuration from Intune console or Intune portal, right? It will automatically get installed whenever we use Intune Win32 format, right?
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
and if we deploy PowerShell script, right, through
Yeah.
devices, and if I go to devices, and we will cover the PowerShell script in a different day, but I just wanted to show you, right? So
Yeah.
if we deploy PowerShell script from here, right, where is it? PowerShell script, right? So if we deploy PowerShell script to Windows 10 devices, in that scenario also the additional agent will automatically get installed. Okay, so these are the
Okay.
two scenarios when the additional agent will get installed. Otherwise, the additional agent is not required. So,
Okay.
and this is also only for the first time, right? So if you deploy a PowerShell script or Win32 application through Intune for the first time to a particular device, then at the first time only it will get installed, right? Then that agent will auto manage itself, right? So the updates and all the health checks and everything will be done automatically. We don't have any option to manage those things in Intune portal. I think this I explained this on Sunday
Yeah. Yeah.
when we started it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Got it.
No worries.
Hi, Anup.
Hi, Anup.
Just see from this side.
Yep,
Anup,
sure.
my question is, I understand the agents will auto-installed once we initiate Win32 program, but what in case of any issues, like how to debug such things, whether that agent is working, if we need to reinstall that agent, uh, what are the debugging steps basically?
So it's similar to SCM agent. Don't say this outside. Okay, but yeah, this is almost a light from my perspective, right? This is lightweight SCM agent, right? But it's not officially. There's nothing official about it, right? This is my understanding perspective, right? If you want to understand it better, this is similar to um, SCCM, lightweight SCCM agent, right? So you will get all the log files, you will get all the all the other exes and all the details over there, but the uninstallation, all those things are all those things are not supported for some of the scenarios, but yeah, you will get all those debugging options, you will get all those options, so that should be fine.
Sure. Thanks, Anup.
And we will cover that in the later sessions or episodes.
Anup, is there any chance I can get previous recordings? I did miss my previous sessions. Today is my first session. It's really exciting to have the sessions.
Okay, I think we already shared all the
Yeah,
links
we all,
everywhere, right?
yeah. So
So
if you are part of the how to manage device community, then yeah, so not community. If you subscribe the Facebook, WhatsApp group, everywhere it is there. You can refer
Sure.
that.
so
I'll get it from there then. Thanks.
Yeah.
and there is a playlist in YouTube, right? Where we have a playlist for Intune free training, and you will get all the episodes from Sunday, right? Sunday was like a 2.5 hour session, and then we continued weekday session for half an hours every day for the every weekdays for 15 days. So this is the 15th day. Okay.
Great.
Hi,
Thanks, I'll take it.
Hi, Anup.
hi, Anup.
Hey.
Anup Prasad here this side. I have
Right.
one, the doubt. So in SACM, we also provide that source package location. So for example, if I'm running any batch file, I also provide that the package where usually that application is stored. So that same scenario, is that possible in Win32? Means if I need to convert, I can only convert the batch file, but how do I convert the package? Uh, you know.
Um, Sorry, I didn't capture that question clearly. But when you say you want to convert a particular package with application file, program files, etc., right? Is that your question?
No, no. So let me let me explain more. So
Yeah.
for example, I have a one batch file. In that batch file, I am running a couple of command. So after that running couple of command, then I am installing a one particular application. So that application I defined that okay, this application is there in this locations, right? So the same thing, is that possible in Win32? So in Win32, obviously I need to go through the batch file only, because before installing that application, I need to run couple of command. And then when this package you shared means I can only convert that batch file into the Win32, but my
Oh,
package is there right in that location. So
so
in
for example, let me take this example, right?
okay,
7-zip, right? I have
yeah,
a batch file. I created a batch file over here. Okay.
yeah,
So I will say like this is my install.batch. So this is just an example, right? This is not going to work anyways. Okay. So I will change the extension of this. Give me a sec.
yeah. Yeah, and in this batch file, you will give a location for this 7-zip MSI file. It is stored in this locations. That I'm
Which location?
whatever means anywhere. Usually we store the package in the SCCM distribution means
So
anywhere.
this is the location for us, right? So what we will do in that case, right? You will have this will be your in SSC, from a SCCM perspective. This will be your package source location folder structure, right?
Yes, yes.
So you will have an CMD file or batch file. Then you will have an MSI. Then you will have some dependency files like this, right?
Mhm.
License files, right? This is the source location for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I will do is, right, I will create a source folder here, right? So I will say source, right, and move all my source files into that source folder, right? Okay, so I moved all my source files into the source folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this utility again, right? Where is it? Okay, come on, get me down. Okay, so I'm going to run this utility, right? and I'm going to enter that source file, location of the source file. If I can paste that, I don't want to type in. Okay,
I think this
so
is not source file. This is source folder, right? Source folder
yeah,
location.
source folder location. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. That is tongue of slip. No, joking. Slipped of tongue.
It's okay.
Okay, so come on. So what would be my setup file? So setup file will be install.cmd, right? Install.cmd, and I will create a package. So package over here, package folder over here, similar to the previous example, right? So what I'm going to say is, what happened? This is, oh, I didn't enter that. Okay.
Yeah.
So install.cmd is my setup file, and this is my package source. Package file, right? Where my all the application, so Intune Win application will get stored or will get created. I will say no to this, right? So it already created that particular Intune Win format, right? So
Yeah. Okay,
so
I got it now.
this is that is why it says like it's a wrapping of all your files. It will wrap all your files and upload as a one file into Intune, and during the installation it will unzip the file. It will all automatically happen. Unzip the file, it will install, right, as per our install.batch file.
Yeah. Now I got it clear. Thank you, Anup.
No worries.
Anup, Srinath here.
Neeraj here.
Anup, like, do we have any time limit for the installation actually? Like, if any big application, say around 1 GB or something, like, in general, like we have the time option in SSEM, like if the application time limit got over, like we'll get the status as a timeout in the client meeting. So in the similar way, like in Intune, like will the Intune will wait till the application got completed, or is there any time limit to set for that?
So probably you are asking about more complex kind of scenarios. Probably you should use some requirements, right? You should use some requirement script to do that. I don't know exactly. I have not faced that kind of scenarios. I have not tested that kind of scenario, right? But there is no default thing which we can set in Intune portal.
Okay. Okay, means like the Intune will wait till the application will get installed, whatever the size it is.
Yeah, I have seen that, like big applications I have deployed, and I don't think any problem is there. And even I think maximum limit of Win32 application is 8 gigabytes, right? So that is supported.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Anup, Neeraj here. Simple
Yeah.
question adding on. So can you please open the source folder? Just you have added.
Source folder.
Yes, please.
Okay.
What if I want to copy license folder to some other location permanently in the destination machine?
You can say something like copy. Where is Y? Copy hyphen DP0 or something. So like the same
Okay.
command which you want
Got
to
it.
use,
Got
right? In
it.
SCCM mode, right? Same
Okay,
thing
got it.
works. So this is basically a CMD, right? Whatever
Yeah.
command supported in SCCM CMD, it will support over here also, right?
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Maybe a repeated question for multiple MSIs. Does Intune supports doing this wrapping?
Multiple MSIs. I have not tried it, but I don't know. Like I cannot say it for sure, but it should be possible, right? But because it's just an wrapping, and at the client end it will basically install as per your requirements through install.batch file, right? If you can control all these installations through that batch file, or if you want to use PowerShell deployment kit, right? Or what is that called exactly? In SCCM world we all use a app deployment kit from PowerShell, right? So there's a community tool, right? If you want to use that, you can use that also for this method. So I think it is possible, but I have not tested it.
Hi Anoop, this is Sayed. Today is my first class. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking out your time and help us in getting trained in Intune. This is really exciting. I think one of the trainees here already asked this question, so I would like to confirm all these training sessions that you're doing are being recorded and uploaded in YouTube, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So if I can go to you, are you able to see my chat? Right, chat is available for you because we had some issues with chat options, right?
No, sir, I
No,
cannot see.
chat is disabled.
Okay, so you probably chat is disabled. That's interesting. I don't know how.
No, it's not disabled. It's enable for me. So
I cannot
maybe,
see your.
yeah, maybe
Check
you are
out
not part of the community. Yeah.
Are you guys are part of the community, or
I
um,
don't think so. This is my first session. I got it through WhatsApp from one of the group which I am.
okay? So you can search forum.howtoManageDevices.com, right? Or you can search howtoManageDevices.com, and you can search for free Intune training in the search bar. You will get all the details over there, right? And otherwise, like in YouTube, right? You can see my screen, right, over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can search for this one, right? This is the playlist I'm talking about. You can take a
Else,
screenshot of this.
yeah. Else, you can subscribe how to manage device forum in YouTube. So you will get all those, all the recordings and whatever the videos Anup will share.
Thank you
Okay,
so
so
much.
no worries.
Mr.
No,
Anoop, my second question would be, are you also going to cover the BitLocker part of Intune?
I'm not sure yet. So probably we need to cover a lot of things before that, because I can cover the UI part of it, but I don't know like whether I would be able to show anything at the endpoint side, right? So we will see that. That is like I think after 1 or 2 weeks later, or after 1 or 2 weeks, right? Because we just started, we just completed the application deployment, and we are going through the Intune win. So but I don't have a full agenda at the moment, so probably I will cover that, but I cannot commit anything at the moment. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you so much. My second last question would be, sorry I missed your previous classes or training sessions, but these applications that we are deploying, they will be shown on company portal, correct?
It depends. So it depends on the deployment assignment method you are using, right? If you are using required, so I think you need to look into uh, the episode 14, 13, 13 and 14, 1, 3 and 1, 4. I have entirely explained entire scenarios, like when it will be available in company portal, when it won't be available, right? And how to resolve the conflict kind of a scenario, right? If a particular user is part of uninstall assignment and install assignment, then how Intune will automatically resolve it, etc., etc., right? So you go to that playlist and watch episode 13, 14, and probably you can watch from starting, right? And let me know if you have any questions. Let me know in forum.howtomanagedevices.com. So that is where we answer all your questions related to Intune, related to SCCM, right? Forum.howtomanagedevices.com, right? So let
Okay.
me
One
type that.
last question about the application deployment. Can you also deploy, you know, how there are some MSIs that need to be installed along with an MSP, the update file? Can you do that through this?
Yeah, you can. I think you can do that as well, because this is like if you can do that in your SCCM world, you can do that in using Intune Win32 also.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Really
No,
appreciate it.
no worries.
Anup, just to add to that, when we have MST or something, how the command line, how do we convert that? It's the same thing. We have to convert the MSI itself, and but have to use some batch file to give the MST or other EXEs in the batch file, and we have to convert the batch file or PowerShell script when we give a EXE file where we are trying to convert. That's what we should use.
Yeah, it's the same mechanism, right? We are not reinventing the wheel here, right? So it's the same mechanism which we need to use. If your packaging team is doing that at the moment, then they should do the same thing, right? And they should, after doing that package creation and creating the install.batch file using that MST and exe, MSI and MST files, right? You just need to zip it and wrap it up to Intune Win32, Intune Win format, and deploy it, right?
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so just to show before we finish, I think we already cover like this went 1 hour. We normally do it for 30 minutes, right? So today is, I don't know, like in Europe, most of the Europe it's holiday today, so I'm fine. Otherwise, like I need to go to work. Like okay, so this is Win32, right? So we deployed a particular application, Win32 application, and it shows it got deployed onto Intune 03, right? So I'm opening Intune Win03. This is that system. This is Intune 03, right? So this is the host, and you can see now the service is there, right? This is the extra agent which I talked about,
Right.
right? So it got installed, and let me see the application is there or not. Yeah, the application is installed, right? And we will see rest of it on Monday, same time, same place, 8 o'clock UK time, 9 o'clock European time, and 12:30 India time, right? So see you all on Monday, same time, same place. If you have not subscribed our channels, please do that to get the more details about the training sessions. And in the weekend also, we are arranging SCCM and Intune sessions. In weekends, it's 2 hour sessions basically, right? That can extend up to 3 hours sometimes, depending on the questions, right? So please get in touch with us through all the forums and all the community options available, right? So go to howtomanagedevices.com, right? And search for weekend sessions. You will come to know about the weekend sessions, and go to forum.howtomanagedevices to get
I
answer
think,
to
sir,
your questions.
I think it's how to manage devices. You missed the S, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so go to these URLs to get more details, right, about the weekend sessions and weekday sessions. So thank you all for joining in, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.